My name is Maria Paula Puentes, and I grew up in a family full of relatives with disabilities. To be more specific, 2 cousins in a wheelchair, 2 aunts in a wheelchair, and my grandmother who can't even stand up by herself without her walking stick. Because of this, I know that I can tell you for a fact that even the most basic things we do in our daily lives can be a big struggle they face every day. One of their biggest fears and challenges are the stairs, especially for wheelchairs. But imagine, if normal stairs are bad, how could it be with electric stairs? They are basically unable to be used by them. Neither my cousins or aunts can use them because they don't fit with their wheelchair. And my grandma has a bad balance of her body, so if any push, she will fall down. That is the main reason why she uses the walking stick. Now this is big problematic. With my family, we have this tradition where we all meet on Saturdays in the food court of Buenavista at lunchtime. Once we are all in the parking lot, we divide ourselves in half. The part of the family that cannot walk goes by the electric stairs. And the disabled ones go with me. I accompany them in case they need any help. Now there is always the same struggle every time. Because it's Buenavista and it is in Barranquilla and it is at lunchtime, it is always very full. Especially the elevators. And the only way they can get to the food court is by the elevator. So imagine how many times we have to spend waiting for the elevator to be completely empty for all of us to fit in. Because remember, there are 4 wheelchairs. And the worst part is that all the people that got into the elevators are able to use the stairs. They just do it because they think only about themselves and not to the people they actually need the elevator. We have gotten into multiple fights with these people because they won't let us a little space for us to fit in with them and get faster to the food court. Sometimes I don't even want to go because I know we're going to have this problem every time. And it is just too much stress for my grandma and my cousins and my aunts. So one of these days I was thinking about it and having flashbacks, and I started thinking for a good solution for this big problem. So I came up with a really good one. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you in this audio. Okay, so my solution is an electric ramp. And of course, you might be asking, but what if the people do the same thing they do with the elevators? What if normal people who can use the stairs use the ramps? And believe me, I thought about that too. So I thought maybe we could put security guards, one in the upper side and one in the bottom. And to make it a little more realistic, maybe every person that uses the ramp could give a little tip to the security guards. Of course, it's their decision how many money they want to give them. But of course, there must be a minimum. Now, I wanted to make this something safe because people with disabilities are very vulnerable and I don't want anybody to get hurt. So I don't want to make it to be constantly moving like the stairs. I want this to be like a ride in a roller coaster. They pause it, they install each person. I want this to have like little logs in the floor for the wheels of the wheelchair so it won't slide. Once the security guard sees that everybody is using it well, he'll turn it on and take the people either up or down, any of their destination. This will make it way more safer. Because if it's constantly moving, we have the risk of 2 things. First, people don't having time to put the locks in the wheels. And second, wheelchairs sliding. It's very dangerous. Now, I think it's a really good idea because believe me or not, this happened to me and my family all the time, and it is a real problem. And it will contribute a lot to disability community. Now this ramp will have the same mechanism as the and it will contribute a lot to disability community. Now this ramp will have the same mechanism as the electric stairs, and the inside will be made up in gears. This will be in constant motion until they pause it for them to put the locks in the wheelchairs. Once they turn it on, the motor that makes the gear move will produce energy and force, making the ramp go up or down. Now I put an image in there because I think that's the best describing for it, for you to have a little idea about it. So in conclusion, I want to make a ramp that helps the disabled community to transport easily and with no stress at all in a safety way to their destiny, either up or down. Thanks you so much for listening to me.